This series is dedicated towards celebrating women. And I have to say that, for those of our viewers who do not know you, which I'm surprised if they don't, but your journey has been amazing so far. And what makes this even more special is that in a male-dominated industry like the diamond industry, you've made your mark and you're now recognized and considered an integral part of it. So congratulations on your journey so far.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
How did you end up in the diamond industry? Tell us a little bit about that.
7 years ago, I moved to Israel, to Tel Aviv. I lived in London. I was in London for a long time. I was a journalist. I was an editor. I moved to Israel and I felt like there was no job that I really enjoyed doing anymore in publishing. I was a freelancer. I worked for a startup. I was doing a lot of different things for a few years, but there was nothing that excited me again about journalism. And I said, I'm getting married in 1 week. I don't want a full-time job in publishing anymore, especially for industry that I have no idea about, like diamonds. And, it felt like, why would I move to a diamond company? And so I let it go. And she called me again after I got married, and she said, they really want to meet you. So would you come and, for an interview? And it was after my wedding, and I remember not feeling so great. I had a cold or something, and I thought, I'm not excited enough about this job or this company to even go to the interview. I'm not feeling well, I'm not coming. And my good luck, my very good lucky star was the publisher of Rapaport called John, who gave me a second chance to come for the interview.
You have done a lot to bring about transparency and disclosure in the industry, especially in terms of looking at what happens sort of behind the scenes at different segments of the industry. So in fact, one of the viewers was asking me what motivates Sonia so much to go so deep into one aspect and write such good editorials about it.
I think that's why you get into journalism. You want to understand the why and the how and the mechanisms. So, and I think, as you said, it's such a complex industry. There's so many things at stake in this industry. The chain of responsibility is very big as well. So I feel like every single person in my team has the same motivation. Everybody questions, nobody takes anything for granted, and nobody takes anything at face value.
Tell us a little bit about that. What was the whole conscious theme that you're seeing with jewelry collectors?
So first of all, I think there's something that comes from maybe the younger generation. We see it with Gen Zs, with millennials. There's a real desire to understand that what you're buying to look good hasn't harmed anyone. On the contrary, that it has benefited maybe a community, that has benefited individuals, that you don't want your luxury to be at the expense of someone else. I think there's something that comes really from the younger generation.
Share some, memory that you have with jewelry. It could be something significant. It could be something funny.
Jewelry memory, and I thought it was a picture I saw in a magazine called Paris Match, which I'm sure at the time this picture went everywhere. I shared it today on my Instagram account because that was such a powerful image of jewelry. It's Elizabeth Taylor wearing a Bulgarian emerald diamond necklace, earrings, and she also has a ring. She has a parrot. She is in a swimming pool like this, wearing the most phenomenal jewelry, and she's photographed by Helmut Newton. And I think I've seen it very, very young, and I was obsessed with magazines as I grew up. Hasn't changed, but I was collecting magazines, and I tore this page from the magazine. I kept it for years. I might still have it in my mother's house actually. And I felt like it was so powerful, like a beautiful woman like Elizabeth Taylor, but the jewelry, and also the fact that my mother was also always saying, you only wear your best jewelry for special occasions, but here you had a Hollywood queen wearing a jewelry in a swimming pool.
Sonia Sonia's most cherished piece of personal jewelry?
That's my grandmother's engagement rings.
Oh, wow.
Actually, no, this one is my wedding band, but this one is my grandmother's. I don't know if I can show it to you.
Yes, we can see it a bit now. Yes.
So why I cherish it, of course, because it's for my grandmother. And she got engaged when she was 18. She got married when she was 18, and it was in 1945. So very, very strong year.
How would Sonia Esther Soltani redefine the 4 C's?
Wow, that's a great question. So we have connection, we have conscience, we have creativity, and we have confidence.
Most thought-provoking jewelry book that you've ever read?
And it's certainly the best one I've read in a long, long time. It's called Coveted by Melanie Grant.
Oh yes, Melanie Grant, yes.
She
a big fan
is
of her writing.
A wonderful writer, and she knows how to tell stories, and she knows how to, in very few paragraphs, just to describe the style, the story of a designer, the story of the stone. She puts it in economic, social, historic context.
If you were not a journalist, what would you be?
I actually wanted to leave publishing to be a life coach, and Rappaport got in the way. So.